Bro,
Yes.
do you know the word Bahadur,
Uh-huh.
brave?
Uh-huh.
Do you know where this word came from?
No, where did it come from?
What is the capital of Mongolia? Ulaanbaatar.
Yes, Bahadur.
Yeah. So during the during the historic time, medieval time,
Mhm.
uh, Mongolians, what they used to do is they used to take the settlement from one place to another on a yearly basis,
Mm.
and that settlement is called Bator.
Mm.
So when the Mongol empire expanded, that word Bator,
Mhm.
it evolved into Bahadur.
Mm. And what's your source on this?
Uh, there is a book called Khas Jati Ko Itihas.
Mhm.
Uh, so that is my source.
Okay. That's very interesting.
And
You're saying that's a word that came from outside.
yeah, and especially the when the Mongols occupied Central Asia,
Mhm.
and they also embraced a lot of them. They also embraced Islam, and the descendants. When they started to conquer India, mm, Babur and Timur and those forces, the Mughals,
Yeah.
they brought the word Bahadur from there, and that word got integrated into South Asian culture, language, and now we own that word. And talking about Bahadur B, did Balen spoke today? Did you see it?
Finally,
Yeah, finally, man. He spoke 40 minutes.
what did you say?
He was just answering the questions
Mm. About the
about, he was just answering the questions in the parliament.
about the state budget.
Not just the budget, any issues, any questions that that other members of parliament had.
Was it good?
Yeah, I think he did a pretty good job. But
Oh, I did you do a good job?
uh, because the way he addressed it, he did not waste his time on literature or addressing anything. He just came there and he was very short. He believed in brevity.
Mhm.
They asked the question, he answered the question, and he left.
Yeah. Was it based on facts or was it just
Most of them were based in facts, but there was something that he said, and that is creating a little bit of a controversy right now.
uh,
Especially his opponents are having a field day.
mm,
He said this um, when the guy from Harka Sampang's party asked him about what's happening in Kalapani-Lipulekh, that part of Nepal, or
yeah.
so that controversial land, that Balen said we are in talks with China, we're in talks with India, and we have even invited England over there.
Mhm.
He said England. He did not say United Kingdom for some reason. I don't know why. And the other thing, what he said was this statement caused controversy. He said after entering the um, prime minister's office, after becoming prime minister, he discovered that it's not just India who is mm, who is claiming who has occupied Nepalese land. Nepalese people, have also occupied India's land. So what is that? He used the word Michno. What does that mean? What's the translation of the word?
That means to trespass and take over somebody's
Yeah. So
property
yeah,
over time.
yeah. So that's what it meant. So he said the same thing. Like Nepal is doing the same thing as well, and that created a controversy. And especially his opponents are saying, "How can you say that you are giving India upper hand? Now India can have a."
Could be true, right? We have open borders.
Yeah,
Obviously, for the longest time.
yeah,
So it is possible that when people have kind of lived in a certain place for a long time,
yeah. It's possible like the measurement of maps has not been accurate, or maybe it has been accurate, or people misunderstood it. It has written.
right? And then Nepal has never had border disputes with India. Right? It's always been
Yeah, open border.
right. It's an open border, so you can come across.
Uh-huh.
So back then, most probably whatever administratively kind of fell under, that would have been it.
Yeah, and it's pretty easy for Nepalese people to make mistake because culturally we are not Japanese.
Right. And who has actually gone in and does all the measurements, right? Who has actually gone and done all the mapping, the surveying? The maps have been there for a long time.
Yeah,
I don't think anybody has done any resurveying.
I think they do it now as well, but I don't think it's official. But they do it. They have a department for that. But they haven't released anything. So what Balen said was he has this information in the office, but as a government, he has not released mm, that fact or the details about it. So that is causing a little bit of a controversy at this moment. Mm, So he came there, he answered the questions, and he left. And there was one question. Somebody asked him that why are we charging 5% extra, 5 or 13%, 5% on electricity more than heating? And this is what he said. He said that our lines, our transformers, or the wiring, they are not as mature as they should be. They are probably uh, they cannot handle the certain sort of electric load. In order to do that, Nepal needs money. And at this point, the government is focusing on ways to increase the revenue so that they can work on this type of infrastructure, especially the grid infrastructure. The grid are not able to handle uh, the production. So, so Balin is saying, in a way, it's true, bro. Even in America, the grid system, they need to be upgraded. So I think the grid electric grid system, it needs to be upgraded every 30 or 40 years.
Right. Technically, there is no grid, man. I don't know what kind of grid Nepal has. Most probably still from the back in the run already.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I think I mean, what I'm talking about.
Same stuff designed for it, right? Those transformers are going to explode, man, if you have additional electricity. And now, if everybody wants to depend on electricity, then,
yeah, he said we need to increase the thickness of the wires. We need to upgrade the transformers. So when I said the grid system, the
wires and
wires and
Yeah.
transformers and stuff.
Yeah, that is very true. I mean, the good thing or bad thing is also that most of the the electrical appliances now have become very energy efficient.
Yeah.
So whatever a regular bulb would take 20 years ago, now you can most probably run a fridge, refrigerator, a TV,
Yeah.
and a bunch of LED lights on it.
Yeah. But that is true. But the amount of such equipments has also they have also skyrocketed.
That is right. This is the volume has increased, right? So Nepal had a population of what?
30 million.
A million, maybe
30 million people.
30 years back.
Maybe 20 million people.
27 million, probably. Yeah, 27 million. But now it's a lot more than 30 million. I think.
No, it is around
Just in the valley.
It is around because a lot of people they are migrating outside as well. So the population is not even 30 million right now. It's 29 point something million. So what you're saying is I'm understanding what you're saying. I understand because back in the days the 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 equipments they were not smart as they are today. So it would obviously consume more electricity, but now we have more. The volume of such equipments are more, so the grid, the transformers, the wires, they are not designed to handle such load, so electric load, and obviously they need to thicken the wire and they need to change the transformers, and it's going to take a lot of money to do that. So that made sense.
Yeah, you have to upgrade the gear at some point in time, or just you have to use less,
or just go Elon Musk style. What Elon Musk did in Australia, one of the towns of southern Australia, that was facing a lot of blackouts.
Yeah.
So he built a solar farm, and that solved the problem.
Yeah, it gives you extra energy, but again, right, the electricity needs to be put back into the grid.
Yeah.
So the way the solar thing works is, because on a hot day, right, that solar could produce a lot of energy, and you might have to even turn it off.
Yeah, obviously.
Right. So, yeah, the thing about transformers is what a transformer does is allows you to take the electricity much more farther.
Uh-huh.
Right. So, not only with the vast area of the Kathmandu Valley, if you're just focusing on the valley, right? Whatever they had before was meant for a certain amount, and now if you want to take it further, and you look at the geographical demographics now,
Mm-hmm.
right, that also has changed.
Yeah. That has changed, and the other thing, the funny thing that he talked about was the monkeys.
Mhm.
You know, the monkeys destroying the crops, or is a monkey being the terrorist. So that was the problem. I mean, that was the hot topic today as well. And Balen said that we are conducting research. We are talking to experts from different countries to resolve this issue. Because if we fence the jungle with the electric wires, it's going to be very expensive. So we're trying to find a um, affordable remedy for this. So he gave a good answer for that as well. He gave a good answer for that, and the what I felt was because he came it was a surprise visit, and the other members of parliament, they were not ready for the questions. They didn't have time to prepare the questions properly. So that's what I felt. His answers were, I think they were pretty matured, um, but the questions that he got, uh, they were pretty underprepared, which can be seen because this was pretty unannounced. This
There's dumb questions.
They were not dumb questions, but questions could have been better. This, that that is the that is the best thing about having a parliamentary democracy, especially in Nepal. But I don't know, bro. I don't know if the system is efficient enough because the, that that system gives birth to lots of lots of opposition voices.
Mm-hmm.
But is that necessary?
Mm-hmm.
It is necessary, but people people like Harka Sampang or some other or people from Prachanda's party, they are just criticizing government just to criticize it. Is that a good structure to form a government? So that really needs to be studied. And I don't know I haven't read the Nepalese constitution, but what I know is it has to be amended every 10 years or so. So, so probably they will do some kind of amendment, and that is going to help. That's going to help Nepal politically, especially create a more rigid political structure.
Mm-hmm.
And because in past 20 years, not even 20 years, past 12 to 15 years,
Mm-hmm.
there there have been two prime ministers who were nominated, and there was not a constitutional move.
Mm-hmm.
Who they were? They were this guy who was his name was Khilraj Regmi. He was also the Supreme Court Chief Justice, and other one was Susila Karki. They were not properly elected; they were appointed,
Mm-hmm.
and having such occurrences, the early state of um, early stage of the republic, it just shows a sign towards some sort of flaw or some sort of structural design flaw in the system. Yes. So hopefully it's going to be hopefully there's going to be something over there. Nobody knows. Balin is going to do a pretty good job, bro. I think so. But his opponents are. I don't think they are going to do a good job because they need to. They were not prepared, man. He caught them by surprise, and even he made a mistake. Yeah, yeah. I remember the Chori's girlfriend, Kushboli. Yeah. Yes, she pointed that out. Now, she pointed that thing out. She said, Balin said this. He said, China went from developing to a developed country recently,
Yeah.
but that was not the case. China has not graduated from developing to developed. So she pointed that out.
Yeah.
So she said, uh, what I understood from her statement was the members of parliament were also underprepared, and even Balen was also underprepared when he quoted uh, such things, when he gave such examples. And after Balen left, there was a chaos.
Fine.
People were saying, the opponents were saying, we need 3 days of notification to prepare the question, and we have to submit that in writing. And they were just expressing that pretty wildly. And what's her name? This MP from Ashika Taman, and she got agitated as well, and she got pretty confrontational, and the other MPs took her out of the building. So there was about to be a fight. So it is pretty funny, man, just to see that. Yeah. So, bro, my one question is, were the Greeks first people to practice a democracy?
The term democracy comes from Greek, right?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, maybe, right? Because in the Greek cities,
Mm.
only the rich people were allowed to participate in the political affair. They were allowed to vote. Even in Roman Republic, before it turned into Roman Empire,
Yeah.
so only the upper class people, what were they called, plebeians, or what were they called?
You're close against it.
Yeah, the plebeians were allowed to participate. After the Vedic age in India, they had this thing called Janapada or Mahajanapada.
Uh-huh.
So they were around like 16 Mahajanapadas. So they were also republics. But we don't know much about the structure of a government over there. Some of them say it's a republic. Some of them say it's a king. Some kings would be there. It was a kingdom, but uh, Buddha was also born during the time of Janapadas,
Mhm.
and he was a prince, right? But his father was not the king of the Janapada.
You gotta take care of it.
Okay, and I stop. So let us
So what do you?
so let us move back from the history. And I'm checking the social media right now. Balin is facing a lot of opposition.
Yeah, and it's because is it because of what he said in the border dispute, or is it they're talking about? Is this because what he said about China being a developed country?
No, no, no. It's about it's from the border dispute. Some of them are saying just bring
Mhm.
just bring the proof, and some of them are making his sort of memes and just posting. And
Guy is a civil engineer, so I'm sure he does. He knows how to do surveying and stuff, right?
yeah, probably he does. He looks at, like, once you go to engineering school, you even though you don't practice to be an engineer, you are designed to think like an engineer.
Correct.
So that is what it is, right?
Mhm.
So Balen is, I don't think he's wrong in this matter, but I'm pretty sure. But I'm pretty sure mm, uh, his the conspiracy theorist, they will say, "Oh, India forced Balen to say so."
Mm. I don't think that's the case.
I don't think that's the case. I just think,
Yeah, but if you had a conversation about it, I'm sure maybe that's what the other party said.
mm,
There has to be a definitely an investigation.
yeah, there has to be an investigation, and there has to be a public.
There is some serious claims. Yeah, it's not soap opera. Right? You just say whatever you want.
Yeah.
If you're gonna go through it diplomatically, then definitely you need evidence. Somebody needs to do the surveying. Somebody needs to look at the laws, because I don't know how. Because this is a map that has been going on for ages, right? It's even before Nepal became a republic,
It was there for a long time.
right? Right when Nepal became a republic, they should have disputed everything. This is what it is. Somebody done the read surveying.
Right from um, Treaty of Sugoli, from that time.
Yeah.
Right?
But nobody's talked about it yet. Why is it only being talked about now?
It was there. It was there. It was always there.
Uh,
Before, what they say, it was like King Mahendra.
Uh-huh.
It was there. Like, King Mahendra tried to resolve this issue. That didn't happen. And eventually, India and China both got more politically powerful,
Mm.
and they just ignored Nepal.
Mm.
So that's what happened. But I'm also curious to find out, where did what are the other places that he's talking about, where he said Nepal trespassed.
Not just that, right? When Nepal was registered to the UN, did they give the map with this unicorn horn or what?
No, no, no. This was recently passed. Nepal was registered in UN in 1949 or 51. It was around that time. But before that, in 1920s, there was this thing called League of Nations or something. It was a predecessor for the UN, and that happened after the First World War. And at that time, Chandra Samser was the prime minister. He took Nepal there, and he made sure that Nepal was a member of that international organization,
Uh-huh.
just to secure independence of Nepal, to differentiate Nepal from other British princely states. So he did that, and
Okay.
and that this
And that
and the map of Nepal was the same. It was just that the, the the triangle on the far west, that was introduced recently by KP Oli.
right. So somebody has to, right. So far, that's just it's an agreement, right? That is word to mouth that has been going on.
Yeah,
It's not India thing, but
yeah, it's an agreement, and that territory places a very uh,
uh,
uh, it has geographical importance,
I
because it gives a easier access for India to go to China through trade, or to go for what's the name of that, Manasarovar and Kailash. And Nepal just so there is not much in that land. I don't think that's the population of that land is that much, and just to develop that part, it's it could. I don't think Nepal can afford to develop that part.
yeah.
So, but at the same time, it's about the national integrity of the country, or some sort of agenda to satisfy the nationalist. And I think Balen should not. Now I think of it. I think Balen should not have talk about it, especially this fact.
It has to be addressed, right? If you are going to go forward with all that stuff, then of course there is going to be other stuff that's going to come out.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Yeah.
Differently then.
Yeah. So then that is the interesting part, especially with Balen. Bahadur. Balen did a but he did a good job. He did a good job. Yes, I don't agree or disagree with the Lipulekh thing, but
It's possible, right? What is it? It's just a probability. So what they say is, oh, it's a river. So most probably there's two parts of a river, and the map shows a certain things. Again, right? It's an argument that you can make. It's an argument that somebody mapped it already, and 50 years down the road, you're coming, and then you're taking out stuff that's already happened.
and it's impossible for Nepal to get that land back because that land is on India's national interest here. It's not small land that is not this small land in UP and Bihar.
Uh-huh.
So that land has a very big national interest to India.
Yeah.
You know, because India and China they fought a war after China occupied Tibet, and so it needs that land.
No, things have changed. Rules have changed, right? Now you can't go back and say, hey, Tibet is not part of China anymore.
Yeah, things have changed, rules have changed. That's the thing.
Inside the country, yeah, you can most probably celebrate all these things differently. We can make whatever map you want, but the map has to be internationally approved.
Yeah, just like India's.
Right. It doesn't matter. I mean, if you want, you can make a greater, yeah, you can make a greater Nepal map and then inside your own constitution approve it. Just do it and approve it. Right? Yeah, you're also sharing it, right? I don't know. Some Babaji made some country.
Yeah, Nityananda. He made some country in the middle of nowhere.
Right. Inside the people, I'm sure they're all happy and stuff, but then it has to be approved by a bigger government body. And if you're sharing the land with others.
I don't think it's Nepal will get that land. Nepal is so much dependent on India, and at the same time, that land means a lot to India from its national security and national interest point of view.
I think about it. I mean, somehow, let's say the map, the calculated Mount Everest got tipped wrong. And the tip of Mount Everest, the peak of Mount Everest now happens to be in India. Then what are you going to do?
Yeah. And talking about that, Treaty of Sugoli. So after that, Nepal's area got contracted by a lot, a huge margin.
Yeah.
And after 2 or 3 decades of that, Janga Bahadur Rana became the Prime Minister of Nepal, right? And yeah, and what happened was the British, at that time, they gave Nepal 4 districts: Bankhe, Bardia, Kailali, and Kanchanpur. So Nepal received a big chunk of land from them as well.
Right.
And so it is pretty it is a pretty it's a pretty debatable thing for Nepal.
I mean, if it was a problem, most probably would have come out a long time ago, right?
Yeah. So I don't think that now it's a proper time to expect the good a favorable resolution from a Nepalese point of view, because they are not in a they are not in a strong position to make that sort of argument internationally or with India. They don't command that sort of power. They don't command that sort of economy.
Not just that, but is it something that you want to go to war for?
I don't think so. Somewhere
Yeah.
that
populated said it's already there. If you're doing a resurvey, and what if a lot more issues comes out, right? This is a can of worms that has not been opened.
Yeah, it's like a Pandora's box.
Right. And if you do tend to open it and a lot more stuff comes out of it, then it's gonna be a bigger problem.
It's going to be a bigger problem. That's what I think. So instead of focusing on Lipulekh and
Yeah. It could be in your advantage or it could not be in your advantage.
yeah, it's just
That's the thing is you're reopening a lot of things.
this sort of encroachment of territories. It's happening on the both ways. It's not just
Technology, right? Yeah, you could get more accurate, but you could also miss out on things. You could imagine as
yeah, you could invite a lot of trouble again.
I don't know, yeah, it reminds me of the hand of God, man. Argentina who won their World Cup. And then when they looked at the video down the road, right, it was that Maradona had used his hand
Yeah.
to push the ball in for the final goal.
Uh huh.
Now it's comes down to like, what do you want to read to now? But anyways, it is what it is. Let's see how it works.
Yeah. So, but
It would be you get Lipulekh, but you would lose all the states.
yeah.
So
So yeah, I just saw
argument.
an article on Indian media.
Uh-huh.
It says Nepal's Prime Minister Balen Shah on Sunday said he has learned about his country encroaching territories in India as it sought to answer questions in the parliament on a long running border dispute.
So it's not the other way around. The way they say it is that it's only one way.
Yeah, I mean, they are presenting it one way. So it's just giving his. I think he should not have said that. I agree to what you are saying, but at the same time, he should not have said that, especially mm, looking at the political climate in the country.
Mm.
And I'm pretty sure it's going to die down pretty soon, but it will haunt him. It will haunt him in the future. I think this is his first mistake as a prime minister. Remember, we talked about always say less than necessary.
He's not following the rules of his own book.
Yeah. So he didn't follow that. He said a little bit more than what was necessary.
All right, so all you have to say because nobody was prepared to the question. They were just
Yeah, I think he just answered it. It was just it was just a slip of tongue.
Mm.
But whatever is happening in Nepal is pretty good, to be honest with you. Yeah, but we go to border, yeah, right. That's all right. I'm not talking about the central point, Kankarpita, Jogmani, or that. What was the other place? The Bhairava one, and you go east, Mahendranagar one, the Dhangari, Gorifanta. I don't think the main spots they have that sort of problem, but if you go on the interiors, you will see that, man. You will see that sort of encroachment over there.